Good evening. Welcome to the Lake Charles College Prep LCCP Athletic Department presentation of the Blazer Way Code of Conduct. At LCCP, we are excited to have you all with us this evening. It is our intent to create a positive culture and climate where each entity works together to achieve the common good. The Blazer Way will serve as your playbook on what is expected from parents, coaches, and athletes. After the agenda, the next voice you will hear is our athletic director, Mr. Strong, who will explain the purpose of the Blazer Way. The athletic code of conduct Blazer Way agenda reads as follows. We have the welcome, the purpose, read by the athletic director. Then we have the message to the parent, message to the athlete, parent and coach regulations, participation and changing sports guidelines, required forms to participate in athletics, conflicts, and co-curriculum activities. The agenda reads as follows, continues with the varsity athletic program, school equipment, reporting accidents, the procedures for that, academic eligibility, requirements, behavior and conduct standards and consequences, travel regulations, coaches' rules, expectations, and a signature of acceptance, followed by the closing summary. The next voice you will hear is Mr. Strong, our athletic director. Hi, everyone. I am Mr. Strong, LCCP's athletic director. Before I start with my story, I want to share with you. I will list some of my core beliefs I have for the athletic program. I believe in the acronym of TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. It takes everyone to tie in together and leave our egos at the door or to achieve our common good. Every child is valuable in our program. We will not leave anyone left to the side. Every player from A through Z will feel that the coaches are looking at them, not just the star player. Athletic success is tied to the values mastered by someone. Someone just doesn't become successful because of their God-given talent. They have to have some morals and beliefs tied into them to get them over the hump. We will teach our kids core values we have for our athletic program, and you will learn what those are later. The student is only as strong as the village. It takes a village to raise a child, not just at school, not just at home, but we expect the parents to reinforce our rules and expectations, but also just the neighbors. As a kid walking home and he's getting into some trouble, someone who's a supporter of LCCP should stand up and correct that student. Character is what is left when the game is over. We don't just expect for our kids to graduate from here and now they left on their own. We're going to teach them and equip them with the necessary skills to be productive in society. Everyone will not attain a scholarship, so they have to have some job ready skills and just necessary skills and abilities to thrive in the world. Now, I will share my story with you about how we're going to get to the Blazer Way, which is guidelines and expectations for everyone to follow to be on the same page. It started with on a hot summer day in Louisiana. I came home and witnessed my son playing basketball with friends without my permission. And last, I witnessed his room not clean. Two things right there I did not like. As I started to reprimand him about his actions, I noticed a confused look upon his face. I asked him what was the matter. He explained that you never told me that I had to do these things before playing, so I assumed it was okay. That was a red flag right there that went off in my head. I knew that I made a mistake. At that moment, I realized that I have no one to be mad at but myself because I never gave clear expectations from the beginning. Guys, remember this. If you don't remember anything at all leaders want to be represented well, but we have to be proactive and set clear expectations and guidelines at the beginning to prevent any confusion. Now, I had to check myself as the leader of the household. If I would have did this in the beginning, I would never have been upset at my son when coming home from work. Prior to that, when giving him guidelines, he would have known that I expected him to have his room clean before playing any activities, and also get permission from me to allow anyone at the house while I am not there. So, everyone, together, let's manifest the blaze away. Now that you heard what motivated me to write the blaze away, now you will take a deeper look into the purpose of the blaze away. The purpose is to design a model for our athletes, parents, and coaches to follow. There won't be any second guessing. The blaze array represents a model of success. If you follow this method, you will have success, and we will be successful at LCCP. Give the direction to our different entities, our different sports, including football, basketball, um, track and field, girls and boys, volleyball, boys and girls soccer, baseball and softball, and also wrestling. The Blazer Code is the vision for our program to impact lives through sports. This will prepare us to be the number one athletic choice in Calcasieu Parish, and athletes learn lifelong values in a safe environment. The purpose of LCCP Student Athlete Code of Conduct is to set a model of how we desire our student athletes, coaches, and parents to conduct themselves. Even our parents have to be a model citizen while representing us. They are a part of us. At the games, they should behave a certain way, and also out in the community while representing us. As we travel, we want to travel with class. At LCCP, we seek to be the number one educational and athletic choice in Calcasieu Parish. LCCP hopes to provide opportunities for all participating students to learn lifelong values in a safe environment such as cooperation, sportsmanship, pride, respect, responsibility, commitment, and leadership skills. These are the values that our coaches will teach and reinforce daily throughout the year, besides the technical and strategic components of the sport. They will also learn these values to go with them each day of their lives. A message to the parents from the athletic director. My message is that I want the parents to be a parent and not the friend. Too often we see parents not parenting the way that we are used to in the old way of doing things, and we have lost our way and such. But we should know that our role is very valuable in the upbringing of students. Set the example for your child. Cooperate with leadership of the school administration is requesting that our parents behave a certain way and follow guidelines. We expect you to set the example and be disciplined as well as the student. Hold your student athlete accountable for their actions. Do not let them think that it's okay to get away with wrong actions. Hold them accountable and make sure they learn from their decisions. Consequences may happen for non-compliance, just as well as students and also our employees. If they do not follow the guidelines and do not comply and are in non-compliance, consequences will happen to them. And if that happens with the parents as well too, if we gave you a warning to not do a particular action and you went ahead and did it, then some consequences may be prohibited from coming to games, or also may pay a fine to the school. Sacrifice your ego for the betterment of the program. Even though you love your child, Your child is not the only student on the team. If your child messes up, it is the right and authority of the coach to put someone in there who will do better and make sure that we are living up to the team motto, meaning that together everyone achieves more. This is not any individual or a single sport, but we have to work together as one unit. As a parent and guardian for student athlete, you have a commitment to certain responsibilities and obligations, which is outlined in the Blazer Way Athletic Code of Conduct. Your signature on the athletic code, along with your signature of your student athlete, indicates that you understand and accept these responsibilities and obligations and agree to cooperate with school personnel in enforcing the Blazer Way. It doesn't just take one person, like I mentioned before, it takes a village to be successful. Failure to comply with the Blazer Way code may lead to disciplinary actions and possible expulsion from the team. In addition, student athletes are subject to discipline under the Lake Charles College Prep High School Code of Conduct as well. The Blazer Way includes the philosophy of LCCP. Our philosophy is simple, it's not very hard at all. We want our athletes to win with grace and lose with dignity. We know that we will not win every game, every contest, but we should carry ourselves in a certain way that is dignified and also show respect to the winner. Demonstrate prudent and wise decisions. Do not put yourself or your teammates in harm's way or foolish decisions. Athletes value hard work. Everything will not be given to you. We have to work hard and earn it. Value the time and commitment of everyone. Some of your coaches do not get paid with a coach's stipend. So they doing it out of the love of their heart. So we should value the time, be on time to practice, run to each and every drill, uh, be on time and prompt. That shows respect to your elders and also to your authority. We is greater than me. Put yourself behind and put the team ahead of you. Athletics is beneficial to the athlete development. Athletics teach way more than just skill development, but it teaches character building skills. LCC's belief for our student athletes is that they behave in respectable manners through wins and losses, exhibit sound judgment always while being the leader of the team, and that parents always support the team. Parents must importantly let the coaches coach and the players play. Do not overstep the boundaries as a spectator. We believe athletics is an integral part of the high school educational experience, both as a competitor and a spectator. We look forward to working with you and to supporting your son or daughter as they participate in their chosen sport. Let's blaze on. Message to the athletes, the student athletes, the pride of school. Being a trailblazer, you are just not anybody. You must uphold the standards of being a trailblazer. Athletes must be responsible for their actions and their duties. Demonstrate appropriate behavior always. Do not cheat to win. Even in school, we must carry these standards. Being on time to class. Do not talk and disrupt the teacher. Avoid derogatory and profane language. We will not carry our way in such. Be respectful in your talk as well, in your speech. Must be well groomed as always. In your athletic uniform, shirt must be tucked, looking uniform with the team, hair neat, and also shave and groom as well. And once we are inside the hallways, shirt must be tucked as well. Commit to giving their best effort, must be respectful, and value sportsmanship. Lake Charles College Prep has a short but exceptionary history. We have been in existence for 5 years, but have been blazing extraordinary marks behind us. The tradition was not built overnight. It took years of dedication, commitment, and hard work by countless number of people. As a Lake Charles College Prep athlete, you must strive to continue to uphold the high standards of excellence Once you become a member of a team, you have chosen to uphold the following standards of: be responsible to yourself, your school, and others. Do not cheat to win. Demonstrate appropriate behavior always. No fighting. Avoid derogatory, profane language. Do not slander anyone. A member of an athletic team must be well groomed. Always, no sagging, shirts tucked. Athletes must be committed to giving their best effort each day. Do not make excuses to your coach. Give your best effort. Athletes must be respectful always, be considerate, and use manners. Athletes must value sportsmanship and always be fair and considerate. Do not taunt your opponent. Now, this topic is real big here. Parent and coach regulations. Between the parent and coach, we expect communication to always be respectful. Do not violate anyone's personal space and time. If any comes an opportunity you need to talk to the coach, do not approach the coach right after practice or after a game, because some games might be heated. Give the time to coach to cool down and yourself to cool down. Schedule a meeting with him or her by phone. If that doesn't work, contact the athletic director. Important communication must have written correspondence. Provide written documentation for approval. If there's something very important that you need to express to the coach or the coach to the parent, let's have written documentation provided. Support and promote the team through the community. Speak positive of the team on social media and through the streets. Negativity will not bring us anywhere. Be understanding of each other. Do not question game schemes or parenting. Let's talk first and learn each other. Assist the coaching staff, provide team meals, and help organize fundraisers. Communication you should expect from your son or daughter's coach is: the coach will be organized and have a team mission and philosophy. Communication communicates the location and times of all practices and events. Team requirement, fees, and special equipment, off-season conditioning, and team and individual camps. Medical procedures you should follow with your student athlete if they may become injured during participation. Team rules, guidelines, and requirements for earning awards. Expresses a clear role of your son or daughter. Communication the coach should expect from student athletes. Student athletes have to be grow up into more mature role and know how to communicate with adults now. Notify coaches ahead of time of any schedule conflicts with proper writing. Special concerns regarding how to improve their performance. Concerns on how to prevent injuries, and the coach's philosophy on how to earn playing time. Playing time will not be given to anybody, must earn it. Appropriate concerns the parents should discuss with the coaches is as follows: the treatment of their son and daughter mentally and physically. Like I said before, every child is valuable. Every kid might not be the star player, but we will treat everybody with respect and by mentally and physical treatment. Identify methods to improve their son and daughter skills, to be accountable and help improve your child's skills at home. Identify methods to improve your son's and daughter behavior. Issues inappropriate to discuss with coaches are playing time, team strategy, play calling, and other student athletes, like mentioned before, too. Respect the coach's professional judgment and do not overstep the boundaries as a spectator. Any concerns with the coach, please follow the procedures, such as call the coach to set up an appointment. Anytime the coach cannot be reached, call the athletic director and a meeting will be set up for you. If a meeting does not work, write your complaint in a letter and meet with the athletic director. Parent may write an appeal to the principal, and the next step would be to the superintendent if that needs to be. I don't know. We start off with talking about in the beginning of the presentation how student athletes must be responsible. So they have to honor their commitments. This slide we talk about participation, limitations, and changing sports. Athlete must participate in one sport per season, must not quit one sport to join another. Once the first sports season is complete, then the athlete may go to the next sport. In order to receive a letterman, athlete must complete the whole season, and athletes honor their commitments you made to your coach and your coaches. Athletes are prohibited from participating in more than one school-sponsored activity during any given season. An athlete may not drop one sport and go out for another after trials are complete and when team selections have been made. To be eligible for the school letter, athletes must meet the sport prerequisites and must complete the sport season in good standing with the team, squad, and coaching staff. Athletes must not participate with any club teams while school-sponsored sports going on. That is a big issue these days, with club sports interfering with interscholastic sports. School obligations are first responsibility, so we must honor those and do not let club or outside recreation teams interfere with the duties at the school. Thank you. Now, after you have done made the team, now you ask, what is the next step? We have to be in compliance with the state of the LHASA of Louisiana Sports Athletic Association. We had to have required forms to participate, and also if we could have our student athlete folders completed at the school. So you need things such as the birth certificate, social security card, copy of medical insurance card, completion of medical physical, substance abuse form, concussion statement signed and completed, athletic participation signed and completed, and we'll also be checking for midterm and final grades from 9th through 11th grade only. And athletic fees will be attached. Your first sport of this season will be $125, and once you play your second sport, that will be $75. There's a max of $200. Please submit all forms on time by the assigned due date. How to handle conflicts when you have schedule conflicts with co-curriculum activities and things outside of school. First, athletes must communicate with their coach, honor your obligations. We will be learning how to balance life activities as part of leadership skills. Stay true to your responsibilities. Athletes should avoid extra stress on the body during the season. Do not put more on your load than you can handle. Be wise in your decisions. Prioritize your activities and stick to it. It is strongly recommended that any athlete participating on an interscholastic team shall refrain from participating on any recreation or non-school sponsored team while the interscholastic sports season is in season. The first obligation and responsibility of the athlete is to lay charge college prep, academic, and athletic programs. Over the information we covered so far, we have about 2 minutes to go over quick question and answer, and you may talk to your neighbor if you may, or get some water to just refresh yourself, and we'll be back in a few seconds to go over the varsity athletic program and how to handle school equipment. The varsity athletic program is for only athletes who have completed a full season, and these athletes will be allowed to participate in the end of the year awards program. And the key to remember is participation in the athletic program is the right and not a privilege. We do not have to have you on the team. You must follow the behavior code of conduct like we are going over, and also just be respectful. If anything happens to you and you have to be expelled from the team, and then you have to stick by the book. It is not a right for you to be on here, but it is a privilege. School equipment of students are issued equipment and uniforms. They have to return the uniforms and equipment back the same way it was given to them. Damaged uniforms and equipment must be compensated for. Now, right here, I'll be talking specifically to our coaches and also our non-faculty coaches reporting accidents. This is very important, how to keep us out of litigation and out of legal fees. If anything ever happened to a student athlete while participating in the sport at a contest or practice, we need to we need our coaches to act proactively, act quickly in reporting and filling out all accidents, small or major. Follow protocol, report all accidents to the athletic director, and communication is key between the caregiver, the athlete, the coach, and the doctor when an accident has happened. Let's everybody be in a line of communication to best provide the best assistance to that student athlete. Now we're almost to the end, but yes, what is the Blazer Way? The Blazer Way also requires our student athletes to be academic eligible. No grade, no play. Sports is not the only way to be successful in life. Athletes must be responsible with keeping their GPA up, committed to academic and athletic excellence. The team player is dependable in the classroom too. If you drop the ball in the classroom, you are not being responsible and respecting your teammates as well. They rely on you to be present on the field, so you have to make the grade in order to play. Athletes must maintain a 2.0 in all classes. Athletes who fail to meet the semester eligibility standards shall be ineligible for participation in the next quarter. Athletes must attend study hall. Each report card and progress report of the student athlete will be checked by the coach, and the coach will then report all grades to the athletic director. Now we covered reporting accidents, academic eligibility. What else is included in the Blazer Way is our behavior at contests and our standards. You are not a reflection of the school and the team, now that you are a trailblazer. Bad conduct can get you removed from the team. Winning with bad character is a formula for producing bad habits. We win the wrong way, there's no win at all to us. The character traits you develop from the sport will last with you when playing stops. All athletes must have a weekly check-in and check-out form signed each week to help monitor behavior. Athletes must not have below 21 total points on their checkout form, or they will have to sit out the week's competition. Then the coach will have a conference with the player, a reflective writing assignment, and then you also have to do blaze sprints. All athletes must not have more than 3 referrals, or they'll be on probation. Athletes must not fight or get suspended. That would requires removal from the team. Athletes must not use alcohol, drugs, and tobacco. This will also count as a removal from the team. Athletes must not steal. This will lead to removal of the team. And also, athletes must represent the school and team with class always. Of the athlete, go back and follow the values that we mentioned at the beginning of the presentation about cooperation, cooperate with the rules and guidelines, have sportsmanship, do not do anything to others that you would not do to yourself, have pride, respect, responsibility, commitment, and leadership skills. Hold those values true to their heart, and they would not commit any of these violations. Our travel regulations are as follow. All team members must travel and return from events with a team, except with prior permission to have an alternate ride approved from the coach. The coach must be notified ahead of time by a parent, contact, or written note. Athletes must ride the team bus or other approved form of transportation to practice. Athlete must have a dependable ride from practice. Respect your coach's time and Have a dependable transportation to not be staying at practice longer than what you need to be. Athletes on probation may not ride the bus to events. I hope that the last information given to you was clear to you and understandable. And now we cover the coaches' rules from the athletic director. I expect our coaches to provide team structure, philosophy, and mission. They may set their own team policies and procedures separate from the athletic code of conduct, but do not enforce nothing more or less extreme. Responsible for recording attendance each day at practice. Playing time is the coach's discretion. I will support his or her decision and document all disciplinary and injury incidents. And also, this is also to cover yourself. We are responsible and committed to our profession. And also, we always must document all behavior at all times, and including every circumstance. It is expected that daily attendance and practice is required of team membership. Coaches will establish and publish any team rules and expectations, which can be in addition to this code. Coaches will invoke their right to suspend, penalize a team member for a violation of a team rule, which is not considered a violation of the Blazer Athletic Code. Will notify the athletic director of the situation before a consequence is invoked. Membership on a team does not dictate any level of participation in events. Only the coach of the team maintains the discretion for signing player time. We are now reaching the conclusion of the presentation. The students, athletes would take home a signature to be signed by the parent to abide by the parent regulation guidelines, and also the student athletes must sign their section as well with their signature. Their blazer way. I hope that at home that you revisit this with your athlete, sign and return back to the coach, and then give it to the athletic director. One on your signature shows that you accept the code of the blazer way and will abide by all these expectations. Remember, our main focus here is that varsity athletics is a competitive squad, and therefore the coach plays those players he or she feels are the strongest at the time. Issues dealing with playing time or role will not be discussed on a varsity squad. The JV focus, although, is to develop all athletes so that those players can challenge varsity positions in the future. Issues with playing time dealing with will not be discussed on the JV squad. Our goal is to have a positive season where student athletes, parents, and coaching staff can work together to create an environment that's cohesive for everyone. Once again, I thank you all for listening and participating with the presentation. Last, I will leave you with our summary for tonight. Through all this, we hope to encourage unity amongst the student athletes, parents, and coaches. The athletic program will be notable for character and not just wins. Present a clear model of expectations and procedures. Emphasize high academic standards. The Blazer Way is blazing is about blazing, taking the road less traveled. We want to be separate from individuals, but not in a bad way. We don't want to follow the crowd, but instead lead the way to new paths. We promote the values of cooperation, sportsmanship, respect, responsibility, commitment, pride, and leadership skills. The Blazer Way is about taking the road less traveled. We do not want to fit in, but rather create our own path. The way we look at it is that we are blazing new paths. The vision we have for our student athletes is not to just be great athletically, but to give full effort in all areas of their life. Who you are as a person will say more about you than who you are as an athlete. Not everyone will receive a scholarship. Therefore, we need to teach the whole person and make sure the athlete leaves us with valuable skills. We believe that the coaches cannot get the job done on their own. It is important to have great partnership with the parents of the program. The athletes must know that the coaches care for them as a person as well. LCCP goal is to have our athletes compete in a caring and competitive environment that fosters the values such as our awesome values of cooperation, sportsmanship, respect, responsibility, commitment, pride, and leadership skills. Our athletic administrators will be organized, accountable, and communicate in a professional and timely fashion. Thank you for your time this evening. I hope that we all live by the Blazer way and that we accept this Blazer code of conduct.